It's J Moore, the very best reviews. Tell them none can contest, we gon'
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the show. We're gonna talk a little, let me straighten that out, a little bit about the Katt Williams Club Shay interview. Break it on down. I got a few guests that I'm gonna have tonight. My first guest is my friend Rich. Rich, how you doing today? Appreciate you.
Feeling good, man. Feeling good. Feeling great.
That's what's up, man. Tell the people a little bit about yourself and a few of the things that you got going on.
Absolutely. So my name is Rich. I am a serial entrepreneur in the tech industry and the arts industry. I'm a musician, producer, composer in the TV film area as well. So yeah, anything technology, anything artistry, you can find me there. I have a a company called Face Off. That's a startup that is a media entertainment company. Talk a little bit more about that a little bit later. But we're doing some innovative stuff with music competition platforms, and we're band culture space too. So yeah, that's a little bit about who I am, what I got going on.
All right, that's what's up, man. I appreciate you for coming through. And before you go, we let you get a little bit into there, talk a little bit more about that for those that's coming up and may didn't check it. So appreciate you for stopping through. And got a couple other people may be able to come through later to chime in on this. So as everybody know, Katt Williams damn near broke the internet, black internet at least, with his Club Shay interview. A lot of people ain't even heard of Club Shay, but they know it now. And a lot of stuff he said was very, very interesting. And it's kind of hard to know where to start. I mean, it was what, a 3.5 hour interview, and not a lot of people want to sit through a 2-hour movie, let alone just people talking for 3.5 hours. But I think pretty much everybody watched that whole thing. So more this back. But anyway, so just in general, Rich, what's your thoughts on that Katt Williams interview? Just a summary in general. What's your thoughts on that?
Summary in general, man, I thought it was probably one of the best stand-ups I've seen all 2024. He gave us some amazing content, man. It showed us how smart he really is as a comedian, as an artist. But he also, I know him to be a truth teller for the most part. Very entertaining, man. I think the body of work speaks for itself, man. Anytime you have a podcast or a show where you got 2-3 hours straight, no breaks, no stops, and the whole time you're engaged, that's impressive, man.
That is. Yeah. Hey, when you got great guests, it make it easy. Katt Williams can ramble, can't he?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, man.
So Katt Williams, my impression, Katt Williams has always been one of my favorite comedians, and comedy is like a buffet and Chinese buffet. Everybody don't get everything, So what might be my favorite, you don't like, so it's subjective. So but Katt Williams is one of my favorites. I always liked him, and he does do a good job in movies. He does, when he was mentioning his role in movies, other than Money Mike, because that was kind of close to his persona. Most of his roles is nothing like what he does or who he is, rather, which is good. And I like Katt Williams. But also a lot of the people that he talked about, I like as well. So we can get into that. I've never really been into Ricky Smiley too much, but, like I say, it's to each in his own. He was talking about Cedric. I like Cedric a lot. Some people, I'm surprised, was saying that they didn't really like Cedric like that. I think Cedric funny. I like Cedric, again, it's to each his own, some people don't think I'm funny. It is what it is.
Right.
So it is what it is. But anyway, very interesting stuff. One of the things that I'll say, my first takeaways is his story does seem very amazing. It sounded almost like Pootie Tang, when he was when he was walking at 13, leaving when you got the grown women in there. And Pootie, why you do me like that? Side out, baby, side out. He had his little chest with the little fur vest. That was Katt.
Yeah.
My whole life. Side out. That's what I thought. Oh, damn, man, this dude crazy. Anyway, that was very interesting to me. I don't know why that stuck out to me so much. Shout out to my girl Sheena first in the comments. She said welcome and telling everybody feel free. I appreciate that. Everybody welcome. Sheena, Ambi, what's up, Bambi? And she also said, hey, what's up, Rich? What's up, B? How you doing? Encouraging Warrior. Everybody saying hi. What's up? How everybody doing? And your queen Yolanda said, what's up, Jay? And guest speaker in the chat. All right. So talking more about Katt Williams' story of the side of things, what did you think about him saying that he was like a child prodigy? Not that that's impossible to believe, but that he read the encyclopedias and he had a scholarship to go to college while he was in grade school, but didn't go. And Jehovah's Witness, I have had a little experience with some extreme Jehovah's Witness, and if you don't, it's like Beanie Siegel, you're gonna get down or lay down. So hey, maybe that was it. I don't know. I can't really say, but I don't know. What are your thoughts about that and him leaving at the age of 13 and getting on the bus to Florida to find his way at 13?
Man, honestly, that was a challenge to believe. I think it's very possible. When we talk about his intellect and being a child prodigy and all of that, the thing that surprised me in this story was I knew he was from the Midwest, and I guess I just temporarily forgot that he was from Dayton, Ohio. Dayton is about an hour from us. So being a frequent visitor of Dayton and like the community there, the Black community there, and all of that kind of stuff, I'm not really surprised by some of the things he said. You know what I mean? Like as far as him having that scholarship, at such a young age, because the community there, from the people I know there, they really are a pretty tight knit community, and there is some access to some things there that kind of empower that community.
Kind of breaking up a little bit.
Okay.
Breaking up. All right.
Yeah.
All right. But you were saying the people in Dayton is a tight-knit community?
Tight-knit community, tight-knit Black community, Black and brown community there. So I'm not surprised that he might have had access to, certain things as it relates to education. Him being a prodigy, that probably just kind of helped sharpen that. So I'm not surprised at that part. The 13 with your Rottweiler on the back of a truck going to Florida and figuring that shit out from 12 or 13 and just going to Florida and figuring it out. That's tough, bro. Especially
that's a big one.
That's huge. How do you find a place to work and how do you find a place to live? I'm not saying it's not true, but that's some amazing shit, bro. If you really
that's a lot, especially even he's 5 years older than me, so that would have been in the mid 80s then. It's even harder, and it was the Reagan years and economy tough and no internet and your little black boy going to Florida. I don't know, man. That's why I say he a little Pootie Tang prodigy up in here. Wasn't Pootie Tang a prodigy? Pootie Tang was a prodigy too. So hey, maybe they wrote that off of Katt Williams' life. They plagiarized Pootie Tang too. I'm getting to the bottom of this. They stole everything from Katt. When Soulja Boy say they stole everything. No, but he said he was athletic and a football or something.
He said he ran a 4.16 or something 40, and I'm like, all right, man, we exaggerating a little bit, man. And you heard him talk about, he's been the same height since he was 12. So at 12, he was the biggest 12-year-old. You know what I mean? He just remained there. I'm like, all right, So of course, he mixed some humor in there, man, to make us laugh and all of that. And I've seen him. I mean, we've seen his specials where he's like mimicking, he's playing basketball, like he's playing basketball, bro. And I'm like, if that's how you cross somebody, bro, I don't know about that athleticism, man.
Katt Williams is a funny dude, man. Funny dude, man. A lot of that stuff was very humorous. I got speaking of funny person, I got a comic that's here, local comic, Jimmy Medina. What's up, Jimmy? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, brother. How you doing?
I'm all right. Welcome to the panel. Appreciate you, man. Hey, what's up? So you being a comic as well, what's your first thoughts on all of the Katt Williams interview? What's your thoughts on
that? So just like my shirt, man, this shit's hold up, I gotta get in front. This shit's chaotic. It's chaotic, man. I'll be honest.
It's lagging, man.
Damn, this shit's lagging.
Yeah.
My Wi-Fi bill, I gotta fucking get that shit fixed.
It's all good, man. But overall, you know, what did you think about as what he was saying about, you know, people taking the jokes or, you know, his life, all of that stuff? What you thought about that interview?
I mean, I thought it was very crazy, very unexpected. I mean, to be honest, it was a lot to dissect. It was longer than the Avengers Endgame, bro.
Hey,
so, I mean, I think that some of it is true. I'll be honest, there has to be honesty. I don't think that Katt was making it all up out of his ass. But like I said earlier, like there's just a lot of, he said a lot, and I think half of it is Katt. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I mean, he very entertaining dude. And so, you know, hey, it don't really, you know, take much for him to be funny and keep it going. But I think a lot of the stuff, maybe he didn't want to get too deep about his own stuff, maybe in his own life. So maybe that's why he was talking about he was a football star, maybe trying to relate with Shannon or something, or that he could fight and all those things. I think that was just Katt, you know what I mean? Ain't nobody going for that. And then I don't want to say or insult anybody intelligence or question it, but he said that he had a scholarship to go to college. And then what did I miss? He said something about he was wearing a lab coat or he was with doctors or scientists or something. And he didn't like it. He thought they were miserable or something. So I don't know, man. Katt lived a hell of a life at an early age. So, but
I mean, he's a legend for sure, no matter what. No matter what, I think is that they're all legends, whether they write their jokes or not. So,
hey, for real.
I mean, we don't really know what's going on in Hollywood until you make it to Hollywood. So,
yeah, that's true. And the way he kind of painted his picture of upbringing, it showed why he may be the way he is, though, out there, because he kind of was self-made and did a lot on his own by the time he got there. So he wasn't so dependent on the system necessarily, you know. So
yeah.
Shout out to my girl B with the super chat. She said, if you grew up a JW, Jehovah Witness, you know about disowning family members who think independently. So that's the thing. If I didn't speak with people that kind of put me up on Jehovah Witness lifestyle through the last few years, my girl B being one of them about that, I actually went to school with a Jehovah Witness, but I thought it was like, they didn't say much about all of that. So I thought it was like just going to a different church. I knew they had different beliefs, but I didn't know how it can get deep with some things. So that, me knowing a little of that, I ain't gonna try to get too much into the JW lifestyle, but it can get deep with some people. So not all, but some. So that when she brought that up about that, him leaving at 13 is something that can happen in that type of home.
Mm-hmm.
What was explained. So make it a little easier to believe that part, but I know it was a hell of a journey. Now, now we get past, you know, in YouTube, you got to be good in the first 10 minutes anyway. Not that I'm about to go crazy or nothing, but so we could talk a little bit about the jokes and the premise of a joke and what people don't get sometimes. So what makes a person laugh? Is it the, you know, why the chicken crossed the road, or is it the animation with it and all of that? So he made a point about Cedric stealing his joke when he was in the mothership and riding, you know what I'm saying, in space and all that.
In the quarter,
yeah. So for those that didn't see the clip of Katt Williams' joke, I'll play that clip a little later, but I believe both of you all seen it. So Rich, what do you think about, did Cedric possibly take that joke, or did he, what do you think?
It really looks like he took the joke, man, and just kind of, you know, rearranged it and put a different setting to it. You know what I mean? So instead of it being a car, you know, he made it a spaceship, and that's what Katt said, and that's what it kind of seemed like, you know. And I watched the original, the first video with Shannon and Cedric, you know, and he mentioned that, you know,
the dates didn't line up, right?
right. And I'm like, man, the timelines didn't line up. I'm like, oh, it kind of did. You know what I mean? Like, if you watch that special, that's the beautiful thing about the age we live in right now, receipts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, everybody posting them receipts up to me, man. Like, I understand, you know, him doing it. And I think, you know, it's plagiarism to me. But I think the way you kind of get around that, in my opinion, with integrity, is like, just kind of cite your sources, man, and just own up to the shit. But like, if you saying you didn't do it, and we got evidence and receipts that you did, now it's kind of like, well, why are you lying about it? You
Especially if it's old and he said they already talked about it and it was over with.
Right.
So, you know, that's interesting. Jimmy, what you think, being a fellow comic, if you say a joke, but I change up a word or two, but I got pretty much the meat of it, did I take it or did I change it? Or is it, what happened with that?
I mean, you pretty much was on to my shit the whole time. That's what happened. But from there, like, as comedians, I see that we all think alike sometimes. And sometimes you could be in a comedy club with a different comic, literally prepare some material, and somebody else uses the same topic or the same premise that you were going to use. Because that's happened to me.
That's happened to me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't like to like run into those problems, but I think with so many comedians that there is in this world, I mean, it's bound to happen. Now, if it's word for word, or you can clearly tell that is plagiarism, okay, then that's not cool. That's like stealing. But there's times where we like can like say be on the same topics or think alike.
That's true. And then we all are people, so we got similar experiences too.
Right.
But you know, it's about the premise and stuff. I got my girl, a lot of y'all know about her, Kay Leezy, in the building. Look at that, looking beautiful as always over here.
Hi guys.
Hey. What's up, Kay Leezy? What do you think about the Katt Williams interview? You know, what's your first thoughts of it? You know, what he said.
Well, it was explosive, first of all. And I think he was fully prepared for it. You know, like he was there, like you guys said before, with his receipts. He was there prepared. He was able to reference all the other shows that the guys did, you know, so he came prepared. And he said that 2024 is a year to smoke. Is it true, right? So I guess you're starting off right.
Hey, he was smoking, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
All this shit.
Hey, for real. All right, I'm gonna play a clip of the joke, and for those that didn't see it, and then but I can't play too much, of course, because of copyright stuff. So I'll just play Katt Williams. That's a little too loud right there. But anyway, y'all will see the joke, and then I'll let people decide. And it's interesting. He did address that he used to be Cat in the Hat. and
Right.
changed it. I guess people tried to say that he changed it for different reasons, but he said, no, it's because I got sued by Disney, which that is true. Disney will come after you for
Remember
stuff.
they had stopped Diddy from when he was doing, not Disney, but when he was doing the clown costume for
Joker,
it.
the Joker. It's my Joker when he did the Joker.
It's a
Oh
Joker.
yeah, they did, and that was just for Halloween. His own personal.
Right.
Yeah.
They put him
Exactly.
on pause too, so they do that.
Yeah, they do. All right, here go a clip of Katt Williams performing the joke, and pretty much everybody has already heard Cedric. And shout out to this guy. Yeah, I think he been all over this topic trying to get his little videos out. But he did a good job. He everybody responses and stuff, so he been on it.
That you couldn't hear the damn thing when it cut off. It looked like this. You flossing in a 6-shift convertible.
Now, is the joke about the car, the ship, or is it the mannerism? That's what I'm saying to the audience. I'm gonna pause this music for a minute. Everybody can pretty much tell it's music playing. You really don't even need the music playing because the joke is him pretty much pretending to be driving and all the problems are having to do with the car. Damn car stalled out. He got to get out. Got to check under the hood. Trying to be cool. So the best part of the joke is all the mannerisms dealing with the car. And pretty much Cedric joke to refresh it. Look, he pushing the car. The damn car stalled out. He had a stick shift. You know, you can push start a stick. No, he pushed. So Cedric pretty much, for those that don't know, because copyright and this and that, they be all on me. I'll be like Katt Williams talking about what they did to me pretty soon. So for those that didn't see and now have saw, the joke is pretty much all of the mannerisms, and that's what Sid did. Imagine the cigarette, do this, whipping the spaceship, and all this stuff. So, who wanna? Yeah, I'll let you, Jimmy. When you talked about that, let's say Kelly, since you just joined, what do you think about the premise? Because as a comedian, all you have is like your words, your intellectual property, and if somebody's taking it and you don't get the credit for it, he's like getting famous and more pub for something that he didn't create. And then now Katt can't say the joke anymore, or he'll look like the one that stole it. And then if he does say something, oh, you just a hater, you just mad. So, what do you think about that? Is he tripping? Should he let it go? Did it happen? Should, because something similar happened with me here too before on YouTube. Anyway, what's your thoughts?
Well, when I was listening before backstage, Rich was like, the thing about this era is we could go back and trace the facts now. Before we weren't able to do that, but we're fully immersed in the information age, so it's all out there. And it was more than just the gist of it. You could tell that was the development of the joke. You know what I mean? His skit, the whole scene. And I think professional integrity should have let Cedric say it was inspired by. You know what I mean? And it would have lent to camaraderie in the business between artists. And it wouldn't have had to come there because at the end of the day, you can see the similarities all across the board. And maybe he did get the inspiration. Maybe he was like, yeah, I'm going to copy it, because clearly it was way back then when we couldn't really tell. Like if you local and you got a mainstream artist coming to see your stuff, they could copy your stuff. They could just copy whenever they want because they have more notoriety than you do. And back then, we all know that Ced was a bigger artist than Katt in a hat at that point. You know what I mean? So it was, to me, he should have had some professional integrity to just be like, up and coming artists and stuff and inspired this kid. But some people are just thieves, and they can't get the credit.
Yeah, or put him on this TV show, or work with him, give him a writing credit or something.
Exactly. Collab with him in some form of way so that future, but maybe he didn't see that Katt would have blew up because this was Comic View, right? So maybe, right, maybe he didn't even give him no credit, not even to hope that he don't blow up. Like, this is a small town guy. He doing little Comic View stuff. Seth is already big with his partnership with Steve Harvey. He solidified or whatever the case may be. So he probably didn't even think in his mind that Katt was going to blow up. And the evolution was going to happen where we could have these conversations now to go back and say, boom, look what I was doing way back when, and we could fact check it. So to me, it blew up in Seth's face, and Katt have a right to say it. I mean, I think it's like too far down the line to be carrying on, but still, he have a right to say it.
Right. That is true. And like you say, it's plenty of receipts out there and stuff to check. So, you know, nowadays is different. Rich, what you think about you know what happened, and then also what you think about Katt Williams say that if he sees said he gonna bust him in his belly. What you think about something like that? Before you get into that, I'll just show a quick clip of Katt Williams. He was in a fight that was video one time, and it didn't go like he thought. Like said, it ain't gonna go like he thought. That's Katt Williams, and he was a tussle punch dude in the face, but they got on time. It was kind of hard. Where nobody helped this man. That ain't right. That ain't right. That ain't right. So saying, you know what I'm saying? You know, this dude, look at him. Get off of him, man. So anyway, like you say, it's the age of receipts, and the internet is undefeated. My man, Rich, what you think about the celebrity match, celebrity showdown, Katt Williams and Shay, celebrity death match?
I feel like it could go two ways. You know, when he played the character in Friday After Next, he had that little switchblade. You know what I mean? So if he coming with, you know, if he coming with the switchblade, he might have a chance. If he ain't coming with that, I think his hand gonna bounce back, and he gonna be, you know, he gonna be in a world of trouble because Cedric can pretty much. Cedric a bigger dude. He might not be a whole bunch taller than him, but yeah.
They 250-some-year-old man. They ain't about to do nothing. Katt play too much, man. Saying that. Plus, he know better.
And it was funny. I mean, it was funny.
It was funny. It was very funny. It was very funny. All right, so where we go next?
Cedric ain't gonna fight him, no. Cedric probably would pass. Like, nah, man, we ain't doing that.
Right.
He's definitely not fighting.
So Katt Williams has so much to talk about. We ain't gonna get to everything. It was 3.5 hours of craziness and stuff, but he talked about a lot of comics and stuff. Ricky Smiley, he said he can't work with him unless he in the dress. It's in the contract. I don't know about that, if you could even do something like that. But one thing he said, and I'm going to ask you about this, Jimmy, what's your thoughts? He said that a lot of roles that Kevin Hart got for a 5-year period in the beginning was supposed to go to Katt Williams, and he took them, or he refused them for whatever reason, because it wasn't appropriate for him, to be nice. So Kevin Hart did respond on Twitter like everybody else, and Kevin Hart said he took the high road and actually promoted his movie. That was a boss move. He like, hey, free publicity. I'm about to get 1 million views for this this response. Hey, go watch my movie. But he said that Katt Williams was not able to leave the country for the role that he had with Matthew McConaughey in the movie Fool's Gold. And so he said that's how he got it. It wasn't nothing other than that. To your thoughts, Jimmy, if you got a gig and you can't make it and the next guy goes, did they take it from you, or were you not able to do it? I mean, what, they not supposed to make the movie now? They're not supposed to have a gig? If you got a paid gig but you can't make it, so they call me and I do it, did I steal it from you, or did you not able to make it?
I mean, to be honest, I don't know what happened in that room.
Right.
There's just a lot of
based off of what we know, if that is the case. If he wasn't,
I know that Kevin Hart is definitely one of the most hardworking men in the business. But regardless, I mean, I hope he's not an industry plant, but I don't really want to talk about it too much because so I'm saying we all work in comics, yo. We talking shit about other comics. They could shut us the fuck down right now. All the Hollywood, all those people, they could be listening, bro. I'm chilling.
If you gonna win, you gonna win. Period.
Yeah. Like Katt Williams said, cream always rise to the top. But no, what I'm saying, I guess Jimmy don't want to talk about that. I don't know. But if you got a job, Rich,
I'm not a comic, Jay. I can do it.
This ain't nothing about a person, man. He don't. I got you, man. Ain't nothing wrong. If a person got a job and you can't make it to the job, and the next person make it, do you think they took it from you, or were you not able to go? Based off of what we know, you know, from what Kevin Hart say and Katt Williams. You know, Rich, you in media and stuff business. Before I get to Kels, what you think about that? If as what we know now with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Like nobody took the job from you. You know, it's your responsibility as the worker, as the artist, to get there. If you have an opportunity and you can't make it, the show got to go on. We can't stop because you can't make it. So we got to fill that slot. You know what I mean? So nobody took it from you. You missed the opportunity if you can't get there. That's on you. You got to own that.
That's true. I mean, hey, it was for me to be on Power. It wasn't the best time for me. And if I didn't go, what you think, they wasn't going to have that role in the show? They would have just cast somebody else. So I wouldn't be saying somebody did. So what I did is I had my kid with me and did what I had to do to make sure I was there to get that role. That's what I did. So sometimes, you know, it depends on what you want to do. Kels, I'm going to ask you this different question.
Wait, Jay, I want in.
All right, well, I'll let you start off. You finish that and then tell me, what do you think he meant by industry plant? I don't know what that meant.
Okay, so before I don't want to lose my train of thought here. Here's what happens. That's hater talk right there, right? Because if I go for something and even if I don't get it and you get it, I'm going to be like, that was supposed to be mine. That's just how we talk in the street. That was supposed to be mine. That was my part. I auditioned for it. By the time anybody know, mother, sister, brother, whomever it may be, they know you went for the audition or you went for a part. That's supposed to be yours. Your people is going to be like, that's hers. And when they see it on screen, they're going to be like, my friend was supposed to get that part. That's hater talk. You know what I mean? So even if he didn't go, in his head, he felt that that was his. He was a shoo-in. So to me, that's just street talk. That's hater talk. And it happens like that all the time, whether it's realistic or not, because we know it's not realistic. The person did not steal your part. Just like Ricky Smiley couldn't steal his part. They all auditioned for that role. Yeah. Tell me the guy's name again. I can't remember. What, Money Michael?
Yeah. Yeah.
They all auditioned for the role, and Katt was the best man. He got the part. But that don't mean everybody who didn't audition was favoring that role for themselves. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So to me, it's just street talk. And he's saying it, unfortunately, in a professional capacity as well. So everything is just getting mixed up and bottled into one. But that's how we talk. Because if you didn't get that part in Power, I'd have been like, that's my friend part. That was supposed to be my friend part. And anybody say something, I would be like, no, you seeing him, but that's Jay part, period.
Maybe we would have only been the ones feeling that way.
That's all right. All we need is us to feel that way, Jay. Come on now. That's what your crew's supposed to talk like.
All right. I also want to apologize because I forgot, but it's your birthday. Happy birthday. You looking beautiful as ever. 30 years young.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Today, I feel like I'm claiming my age today, Jay. I'm going to claim it from now on.
So what's your age then?
No. We got two guests. Let them guess.
All right. Do you want
to guess? Yeah, exactly.
You don't want to guess?
I mean, they say it's disrespectful, yo. That's what.
Always go low. Go low, then you know you
25, man. I feel like 24, 25. That's what I would.
There you go.
I'm done. Let the flattery begin, Jay. Let the flattery begin.
There you go.
I got a liquor license.
Oh my gosh. So I'm 46 today, and I'm real happy about that.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay. Yeah.
Shout out to my generation.
That's amazing. Bro. Yeah. Happy birthday, for real.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Turn up.
Yes. Meddling and shining over there, boy. right. So
Okay, so I'm with you now. The plant, right?
yeah, what is the industry plant? What do y'all you
The
tell me?
industry plant to me is the token Negro.
Mm,
You in there, you the one who can play the game our way, but the people still have some sort of love and appreciation for you. And you can get things done that we want done. So Kevin Hart is the token Negro. If you look at it upside down, any way you want to look at it, he's that guy. He teeters on the line of everything that everybody needs. He's a little bit Disney. He's hood adjacent. He's everything, but not everything at the same time. So he could give everybody what they want. Everybody's happy. Give corporate what they want. They happy. Still please the people where he came from. Take care of his family. He's the perfect plant. When he said that, I was like, bingo.
I
Somebody
mean,
got to do it.
think about it like that. But maybe it could be. I'm playing the devil's advocate. Maybe he's just trying to make good business sense. Hey, Cosby didn't cuss because hey, you can have your comedy everywhere if you don't cuss. That's why I try not to cuss.
And people get through. People get through with that person. You know what I mean? So I'm not mad at it. Somebody's got to do that job, and that's Kevin Hart's job. Do I think he's hilarious? I think when he first came out, I thought he was funny, but he didn't. To me, I don't think he's funny anymore. Do I look at him for comedy? No, but I think that what is that? That House Men of Hollywood or whatever that show is. I think that's genius because if
I want to see that, I'm sleep on that. I bet you it's funny though.
Let me tell you why it's funny, Jay. Because if we all got together like friends in the hood and decided to film what we are like just as friends, how we really carry on and put it on air, that's exactly what he did. If he wasn't a token Negro, he couldn't do it.
All right, let me ask my man Rich. What do you think about Kale's breakdown of industry plant? And do you think Kevin Hart is the token Negro? I didn't see him as that, to be honest. I was interested in hearing that from you, Kale's. Not that I'm trying to tote the line or nothing. I think he's kind of, I can see how he's in the middle, where as far as he's not crossing any lines, so he's appealing to a wide range. And I think that's maybe his plan for business, but I don't know anything possible. What you think, Rich?
I think Kale's definition of industry plant is spot on. As far as my thoughts on Kevin Hart being an industry plant, I'm not sure. Like you said, he's very diplomatic. He remains neutral a lot, and a lot of times people that remain neutral, they do that intentionally, but their motivation is kind of hard to figure out. You know what I mean? Like, are you just a good businessman, and you want to make sure you don't step on toes because you might want to do business with this person because he's more than an actor and a performer. You know what I mean?
He's the boss now.
Business, you know what I mean? So it's a different kind of mentality that you have to have when it's like, man, I'm beyond the artistry and the performance. Like, I'm trying to do good business on all levels. So I'm not really sure. I mean, the one thing that does stand out, though, that Katt addresses and other comedians have addressed too is like when you have to wear that dress and you pretty much castrate your masculinity. That's something, you know what I mean? Like, to me, is like, well, you kind of crossing the line there. And there are other things that are behind that we can discuss too. But I'm like, that kind of makes me raise my eyebrow a little bit when you put the dress on as a man. You know what I mean? So
all right, I'm gonna get into that. But Jimmy, I keep it simple for you. If a role came your way, would you put on the dress?
I mean,
nah.
Hey man, this is the role for you to be a star. You gonna be the next comic thing.
People on TikTok doing comedy sketches. Shit, I've done a YouTube video myself where you act like a girl. Is that fucking gay? No. In that moment, shit, it might be. But I'm just trying to make you laugh. I'm trying to show you my description of a female. Because, like, fuck. And if you're on Saturday Night Live and they tell you, hey, you got to do this sketch. Motherfucker, you got to do the sketch. You can either say yes or no. But that's how I see it. I'm not trying to be, I'm not selling out. But shit, if I got a vision, I got a vision.
I mean, is it really? I mean, I don't know. So, to play devil's advocate, you know, I do female voice impressions all the time. Those that watch my channel and stuff, for the things, I wouldn't put on a dress or be in a role that I don't think I would do good in, to put it that way. So, but that's me. But I don't think it's anything wrong with a person to do that if they do it right to a certain extent. Because in the form of comedy, you can almost do anything. Now, that don't mean it's funny, but if you're saying I'm doing this for comedy, maybe I wouldn't do that form of comedy, but I won't tell somebody if you're doing it as a comic role, whatever it is, almost everything and anything can be tried, I think, almost. Almost. I mean, I can't really think of nothing right now. That's why I'm saying almost. I'm sure if somebody got a wide imagination, they're gonna think of something. I'm gonna say, well, you shouldn't probably say or do that. So, like Jamie Foxx and Wanda, who wasn't laughing at Wanda?
We were laughing at Wanda. We were laughing at Shanae.
All that. Now you can go back and look. Maybe we were younger and we didn't know, because I didn't know at the time the history of the buck breaking and different things. So it is true, some stuff, but then other cultures have done it, so it didn't start. But then other cultures, things they do don't mean you should always do it too. So it can go deeper and deeper and deeper down a rabbit hole. But that's why I say if it's in the form of comedy, maybe it may not be funny to you or me. Maybe I may look at it and see the deeper meaning. Maybe the next person won't. I don't know. I don't know about that.
I think that people just,
and three of them, probably not. He said, why he's still Big Mama? Why don't he be a postman? Well, it wouldn't have been funny. Big Postman's house. Yeah, I deliver it. Sweet of snow. Shirley.
I'm done. I think it's all about integrity. If you 10 toes down on I'm not doing this, then you should stand on it. And that's one thing that I gained respect for Katt on. There's certain things that he didn't want to do. It doesn't matter if people agree with you or not. If that's your personal integrity, stand on it. And no matter what nobody say, they could deal with it. But I don't have to understand it. You don't have to understand it. But as long as that person understands it, they standing up on their 10 toes, I'm all for it. You know, if I was a guy, would I take a role wearing a dress? No.
Why is it not the same for a woman to wear a suit and put on a mustache? Why they don't feel different to dress like a man or something? Just
because men don't view that as funny.
You sure don't.
It's true.
Exactly. So that's the reason why men don't view that as funny. Like,
no.
So
on a suit and a mustache, ha ha.
That's not gonna work.
Nah, you gotta do something else. Actually, a woman was wearing a suit and a mustache when I was young. My mom used to do fashion shows, and I used to break dance at the fashion shows. And I was like 5 or 6. And I remember the very first time I saw a woman dressed like a man was there. She came out with a suit and had a mustache, and then she started taking it off and then had on like some, lingerie on or whatever. I was like, ooh. So anyway, we got a lot to talk about. We running out of time pretty soon. I do have to go to the comedy club tonight. I'm gonna go see Aries Spears, and that's another comedic, comic that has pushed things to the comedic boundaries many times, such as with the Tiffany Haddish skit where they had kids and he was trying to pretend like he was R. Kelly and babysitting. He was R. Kelly, but a babysitter. But instead, they could have used they should have used a grown man and put him in some BVDs or something and made him act like a baby. But instead, they used like a 7-year-old and some other kids, and so that was, unfortunately, it was for comedy and it wasn't inappropriate, but it kind of, so he's known to push the limits of comedy, which I get, but you have to be careful. You don't want to end up in jail or nothing either. So, but one of the things I was going to go with that is, so Katt Williams said something that I was like, bang, bang, bang. And that was, he said, Harvey Weinstein offered to smoke some penis.
About to take a drink for that, Jay.
Now, I'm not going to say what he said to other people or what they may or may not have did. I ain't going to speak on that. But if a person was to offer, Kelly, I don't know what they would offer to do to you, because I mean, they would get, I don't know, it wouldn't be bad. I mean, as a woman, you may not want it, but I don't know. But y'all turn down more than you get.
I'm done.
You know, but what would you do, Rich, if somebody offered to do something for you? Of course, you know, how could you wrap your mind around a situation like that? How could you get into something like that?
All right, so let's reform the question for me. So
Yeah.
All right. So he mentioned the thing with Harvey Weinstein, and I'm just saying, if you were in a similar position yourself, how would you react? What would your mind? How would you wrap your mind around something like this? You know, a lot of us heard about these Illuminati ritual. Who knows if it's real or not? But if a dude says something to you like that, kind of inappropriate, I don't know.
Like Terry Crews, like his story?
Terry Crews, man, he didn't say that, but he mentioned somebody doing something inappropriate to him. And as men, it's hard to speak out or say something. If you do, it's like reversed against you. So what would you do? And then he, you know, he don't want to get blackballed or get him other kind of. So I don't know, man. How would you react in a situation like that?
That's an automatic hell no. It's an automatic hell no. And
oh my goodness.
And it's an exit. You know what I mean? Like hell nah, and I'm out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And if it's anything, you know, between my exit and, you know, the situation, then, you know, it is what it is. But nah, that's not it ain't there's no hesitation. You know what I mean? Like no contemplation, no hesitation, none of that.
It's very. And he said it in front of other people, just plain as day. That is wow. I hope nothing like that ever happens to me. Not that I would be conflicted, but that would mess with my head. Like, dang.
But then, Jay, you realize
really
that women go through that all the time.
You say what?
Women experience that all the time.
Yeah. So let me hear, what's your perspective on that? And, you know, how and women actually fall prey to that type of stuff more often. So what was your perspective on that? How would you handle something like that?
If somebody tried to Harvey Weinstein me for a role, of course I'm going with Rich. That would be a hell no. It would have to be assault at that point if it go down, because I'm not trying to hear that, because even in the music industry, you had people saying that you had to do this, you had to do that if you wanted to be down, because they had this whole "how can I be down" movement, and you just gotta say no. But at the end of the day, what Jimmy was alluding to before, like when you want something, there are people out there who they are willing to do what it takes to get to that spot. And if you really look at it on a real note, half of these A-listers fell victim to that. Period. Remember when Will Smith, they told him he had to kiss the boy in the earlier roles and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, 6 degrees of separation.
Right. They had a lot of these A-listers went through that dirty place to come out to where they are right now. Because was it Ricky Gervais? Remember when he was talking about that and he was like, you that person friend, you that person friend, you chill with him. He was calling out everybody. So
right.
If you really want to look at it, the half of the industry came up the Harvey Weinstein way.
Now, I will say this one thing, as far as acting goes, that is part of, as far as actors is in the industry, part of showing your range to do these type of things. I play the gay role, I play the man, this the hero, I play the, the smart, they trying to show their range. So to some people, that is why they do it. At least that's what they say. I don't know
But Jay,
what everybody do, but
Jay,
you know,
can I say something? Remember
yes,
when we used to do P-Valley?
yeah.
I believe that guy showed range.
You talking about not Uncle Clifford, but Uncle Clifford's mate,
Yeah.
Little Murder.
Yeah,
Little Murder.
Little Murder. He to
Yeah.
me showed range, and I told you that all the time when we were talking, Eugenia and I, right? All the time that I was like, I love this character. I fell for it.
You did like
I was into his character. So to me, that was so believable. But I don't think that that's the case all the time. I think that they just do what they got to do because they want to get that next opportunity. And this is just what I have to do. And to me, that's selling your soul. But we have evolved, right? We have evolved. So the selling the soul part of it is not that prominent anymore. We can look at it as artistry now because there's so many diverse perspectives on how we live our lives, right? So I guess you could look at it like that if you want.
all right. Man, I get you on that. I got cause
But you know I love Little Murder.
yeah. You watch P Valley, Rich?
I started and I stopped watching. I was like, I really couldn't get into
Rich, you
it.
should have followed through. It was really good. Because I didn't catch up to the second season, and I'm glad that Gina and Jay put me on. I am. Because at first I was like, no.
Now we getting close to, because I want to try to wrap this up pretty soon. So let me ask y'all a couple quick questions. So Katt Williams said that one of the things he said was Ludacris and him were at a meeting. He said Illuminati meeting. Or was it an industry executives meeting? I mean, you know, somebody got to make decisions to hire you for jobs and stuff, right? And so here's the scenario. I'm playing devil's advocate. So they go to this meeting and they say, hey, we like you two, and we want to put together a movie project for 10 pictures for this amount of money. But the image that we want for this role, we want it to be clean cut. Both of y'all, we like you, but you got the long hair, this, that, and the other. You cut your hair and do this and that, and maybe we give you the role. And maybe Katt Williams said, no, I'm not going to do this. And Ludacris was like, 200 million, where the Clippers? Now, I will say in my life, I came across something like this. Wasn't no Illuminati meeting. It was at UPS. 18 and 19. And I got to be a supervisor. And they said, hey, in management at UPS, not only do you got to wear, you know, a shirt and tie, but you got to be clean shaven. You can't have a beard, and you can't have a mustache longer than the edges of your lip. And you can't have a lot of long hair everywhere. Now, I could have said, well, I ain't doing that. I need a beard and this and that. I ain't going to be no supervisor. And then I just kept loading boxes up. Or I could have said, you know what? I don't want to do this. I want more money and better opportunity. And what's a little hair? I can always grow hair again and do this and that. And so I did cut it, and I eventually grew it back, and you know, whatever. So I don't know. That's my little thoughts on that. Which one of y'all want to? Let me go with Rich Kales. I know you
I just wanted to ask a question to clarify something.
All right.
Is it cut your hair or change your appearance and maybe you'll get it? Or if I do this, I'm getting it?
Well, it's if you do it, you got it. That's what it was for me. Now, I don't know. If you say you do it and you got it, then I'll do it and I got it.
Yeah, but if you say I just want to clarify, was it maybe or is a shoo-in if I change up, it's mine?
I'm not sure, but it looked like Ludacris been making movies and he ain't.
You said 10 roles, 2 years or something. 20
Right,
years.
I seen him as a tech, you know, expert on the Fast and Furious. So I don't know. It looked like it worked. Rich, what's your thoughts on, you know, people may want you to change your appearance? You know, everybody think they so individual these days, and I'm not going to do this or that. Is it, you know, people sometimes want certain standards for their business or image or company, or is it you sold out?
It depends on what it is. If we're talking specifically about hair, you know what I mean, and if you don't have a belief system that or a value system that you know that you hold to, that's like, yo, you need to, you know, maintain your hair, whatever it is. I think it's okay. It's not that really. It's not really that big a deal, man. Like for me, it's like, all right, I don't mind doing that if it's an opportunity that that I desire. You know what I mean? I don't necessarily have a value system that I subscribe to that's like you need to have longer hair. Don't cut your hair. Like I'm not like Samson. You know what I mean? And
Right.
you know what I mean?
It's your power.
But nah, it's not that big a deal. I don't think that's selling out, man.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have cut that hair because now I know, hey, it's a mistake. It was Illuminati. They tricked me. They knew it would be the same. Want me to look like one of them. All right, Kelly.
But was Katt Williams even in a position to get that role? Stop it.
Well, if he was there at the meeting with him, I'm gonna take it as he not lying on that. I don't know.
I don't know either, but I couldn't see him. I couldn't see him for that role. But I believe that if you got to take care of your family, you got to do what you got to do. I'm not doing it on a maybe. But if you tell me that the job is mine and I got to change the physical aesthetic, like you said, I could always grow my hair back after this is done. But if it comes down to a decision where I take care of me and mine, I'm gonna change it.
Mm-hmm.
That's superficial. It doesn't affect, like Rich said, it doesn't affect my core values. So that I would do.
Mm-hmm.
And Luda, I think, was right because that was a smart business move on his behalf. He did well with that franchise, and he's going to continue reaping the benefits from it. I don't know what Katt Williams' net worth is, but
he's not broke, but he don't have that furious money.
Right. So at the end of the day, even I want to tie back into that whole Kevin Hart thing. Kevin Hart could take care of him and his friends and put everybody on. You limited when you put yourself in a different, position and perspective.
Well, I think Kevin Hart is a better businessman in the sense because of how he structured his company, Heartbeat Productions.
Right.
Projects that he do or projects that he's going to produce and make it work. And that means he got control and can put his friends on. And Kevin Hart, he may have structured it so Katt Williams kind of made a little light a hate on that in the sense that people that come under me have to be under my umbrella and they can be free to do whatever. That's a good thing also. But if you do create an umbrella for your people to grow and thrive, that's not a bad thing, I don't think.
No, you're not forcing your people.
I mean, I was gonna say, is he doing that? Because we saw in response a lot of people like under Dion Cole's, I think it was his Instagram post, pretty much like responding to the whole situation. It's like, man, Katt Williams put me on, and then so many other people respond like, Katt Williams put me on. Like I was in a situation, I was with Rich Redding, the Caucasian guy. It was like, hey, I did this comedy show, and I thought that I was opening for Katt. I didn't see him in there. He was a little disappointed. And he said when he got to like backstage or something, he saw this man that came from the shadows in his fur coat, and it was Katt. And he was like, job. And he gave him a handful of money, and it was 5 times what he would have been paid. You know what I mean? So I'm like, that's what I mean? Like stuff like that makes me like.
There's more than one way to skin a cat, basically. Just because I'm not doing it the cookie cutter way, the plant way, doesn't mean that my way ain't effective and I'm not putting people on too.
Right. And he said also, and I thought that was really nice, and that's how it should be, especially if he's supposed to be a man of God like he says, not saying he ain't. But when you do things, you don't do it for the gram or for everybody to know. You do it out of the kindness of your heart. And he say if he in the city, he may slide that money to different comics, this, that, and the other. That's dope. That's right. And that's just out of just being nice, not necessarily trying to create, a stable of comics or movies and things where you can have, people. He's just doing it just to show love, which is cool. I think either way is actually kind of cool. He did make a point about his celebrity net worth. He said, don't check that. I had that on me. Last time I checked, I had that on me. They said to me, I had that on me. So don't check that. I know what my worth is. I know how much I got. Okay? That's my Katt Williams impression. How's that? I've been working on it. They said 2 million. I don't got no 2 million. I say, what the hell was that? I ain't gotta do that. They say 2 million. Anyway.
All I know, Jay, is I'm about to get that that cognac that they were drinking.
Oh, Shannon, is that your first time about Club Shay? Because
Yes, very first time. Very first. I never knew anything about it. I've seen him on the round table with the football people, you know, sporadically throughout the years, but I never even heard of that thing before, to be honest with you. But
even my mom is on it. Look at Kevin Hart's network.
oh,
Yeah, he could sneeze, Katt Williams. Even
but
if
that ain't
Katt
liquid
Williams
anyway, so you know.
say they off a Katt Williams net worth by 10 times. So say Katt Williams really worth 20 million. Kevin Hart can spend 20 million and still be worth 430 million.
Yes.
He could go spend your entire net worth. I think it might be, I don't know, might be a little something. I don't know. It's a reason. I ain't like it ain't a reason. I'm just saying, if I'm at 10 or 20 and you 450, hold up, wait. Nah, this don't all come from touring. See, I was talking with Jimmy earlier, and it's because he's a boss. He thinks like a boss, so he getting that producer credits. You know what I'm saying? He getting the acting credit, he getting the writing credits, he getting all that. He own it. You know what I'm saying? So then, you know, you're owning the movies that you produce. This is what The Rock does with $7 Productions. So what you do is this: if you think like a boss, instead of me as an actor trying to find a role in audition, what you do is you find scripts and you bring in scripts that you like, that you see yourself in. And you own these scripts and you got enough money to make them happen. You don't need a studio to produce it. You produce it. Now you star in it, pay yourself, do everything, put it out. Now you own it. You get all the checks coming in and money just make more money.
Didn't Katt say that's what he does with his shows?
He didn't. He said he lets people be free. They don't have to be under his umbrella.
I mean, in regards to him doing his shows, he says that he puts the money out, he produces it, he does XYZ.
Yes. So, but he does that for his comedy shows, his specials.
So maybe he's just an artist.
Doing it for movies. Well, see, that's another thing, and I'm gonna get to Rich and ask you this as well, because you deal with artists as well as you do business. Sometimes a great artist is not a good business person, and a lot of times good business people are not artists. Very few times is a great artist a good business person, and I think Kevin Hart is both. I think he's a good artist and a good business person. And I think that Katt Williams, I'm not going to knock his business, but his business ain't on Kevin Hart's level. I mean, it's just numbers and facts. Kevin Hart's producing movies. So it's a different budget when you produce your own comedy special. Comedy is easy because it's only one person. There's no special effects. You rent out a place, you hire a film crew, and that's it. Whereas you producing movies, there's a lot more to go into that and things. So I don't know. Rich, what's your thoughts about the business versus the artist, and the artist and businessman in one and stuff?
Yeah, like you said, it's absolutely hard to do both. And I think Kevin Hart, I think, is a good example of that. And I would say 50 Cent is a great example of that.
50 Cent, yep.
Yeah. Example of that. I don't know for Katt Williams specifically if that's really what he even desires to do. You know what I mean? So it's hard to know if he really is a good businessman or not, because we don't know that he's really put his hat in the ring.
Right.
So who knows? And then of course all the other Illuminati-esque stuff that he alluded to might be him from elevating to that level, but who knows? You know what I mean?
Who knows? Hey, who knows? Jeffrey Epstein was a real person.
I'm done. But I agree.
Who knows?
How he's talking didn't make it seem like that's what he wanted to do anyway, and he was just content about leveling up in his beliefs and his artistry, and then helping whoever he could help along the way. And I don't think that's bad either.
No, it's not bad. Everybody don't have to be a businessman. That is a great point. And Rich, good that you brought that up. Maybe he don't want that, and having what he have is bigger and better than he had already dreamed, and he happy with that. And that's cool. You know, everybody don't have to be a billionaire, you know, or be a mogul and this and that, you know. So I think that that's a great point. And if he happy with what he is, so be it.
So I got a question. I got a quick question since we're talking about this. When you think about that, so one of the things Katt Williams kept talking about was like the thing that he knows is comedy. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a comedian, I'm a comic, this is what I do. Do you think that in order to be a great at what it is you do, you have to focus in at a certain level, which means that you cannot focus on the business and be a great, you know what I mean, comedian?
Yeah, man.
Really?
I actually think that's for everything in life. You only have, as a human being, so much bandwidth. This has been studies where your mind can only focus on so much at so much time. And so the more that you try to do, you need a team then with you. You know, a good team. Like Elon Musk ain't doing all the stuff he's doing by himself.
Right. So we know it's not a one-man show.
Right. But the more that you try to do, like if you by yourself or don't have as many people, then things will start to suffer. Everything won't be as good. So say he started doing all this other stuff, maybe he would still be funny, but he wouldn't be at the level he is now because he didn't put in the 10,000 hours, so to speak, on that. Not to say, you know, he wouldn't still be known, but he probably will be splitting his time and energy and other things, which, you know, like Kevin Hart, a lot of people think his stand-up isn't as good as it was when before he got big.
Mm-hmm.
People think it's probably funnier now because of the different stories he tell. I liked him a lot better stand-up, you know, before he got so big, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And
Me too.
You know, yeah, stand-up is a art form of the people. So it's kind of hard once you get away from the people, so rich and so much stuff, it's kind of hard to relate. That's one of Eddie Murphy's problems. If you all watch comedians in cars getting coffee on Netflix, he's that's a Jerry Seinfeld show, and he gets different comedians. Well, he has Eddie Murphy in there, and Eddie is talking, and he like talking about, you know, he don't think it's fun, but actually his regular conversation is still funny. That's the thing. If you're really a funny person, you just talking regular conversations is funny. But he doesn't feel he has the stand-up yet. And then because Eddie, as soon as he goes to work it out somewhere to try, this is something that Katt Williams said at the end, people going to record it, put the joke out, and he didn't get a chance to develop the joke.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so he doesn't get to work on it and make it better for a special. So he just kind of stayed away. So, you know, it is what it is. But I would love to see Eddie out there. I mean, that episode, it's only like 15, 20 minutes if anybody want to check it out. But I thought it was funny. And he was talking regular, just having a conversation. So, you know.
I thought when Katt said he gonna punch Seth in the belly was funny. Like, I can see myself talking to Katt and cracking up 24/7 with just regular conversation with him. To me, I like the guy. He's funny to me. He's gonna get a laugh out of me no matter what. Is Kevin Hart gonna get a laugh out of me no matter what? No.
Well, I will give Kevin Hart credit. I have seen him in like conversation talking similar. And he got his moments. He's funny talking. His stand-up is not the same as before he got super big. It's not horrible, but I get what you're saying though.
Yeah.
Katt Williams still seems like a man of the people. He still seems like he was just at your house.
Well, that's because he is, though. I mean, he talked about when he goes on tour, he goes to the spots. Like, he's going to go to the strip clubs that people go to. He's going to go to the bars that people go to. He's going to go to the social spots.
I love that. I think I connect to that more. That type of persona, that personality type, that's more my type of vibe. I want to connect with somebody who's like that. Do I see myself connecting with Kevin Hart? Absolutely not. I'm not taking nothing away from him. His business ethic, where he's come from, whether he's a plant or not, he's in a different category. But who I would want to have that Shannon Sharpe drink with, it would be Katt Williams.
Now, as far as the plant, I did want to say something about that. I forgot. We got sidetracked. I'll make it quick before we get out of here. He started on the East Coast and did his work, then came out West, and then Katt Williams said he had a show and this and that. I think because he already established himself, so when he came, maybe the people there didn't know him, but he had connections and this and that. He had already did that movie with Dame Dash and them and had a little connection. So I think that it's not necessarily as if they took a no-name person that was an actor and then said, now act like a comedian and do this and that. I don't know about that. Now, if you say they picked him to do these certain kind of roles or to be the guy, to be neutral, I don't know. Anything is possible, but I think that, like, say if I go to LA right now, they may think, where'd he come from? You know, but I've been doing stuff. I just wasn't out there. So if I start making connections and doing something, it's not like I really started at ground zero. That's all I was thinking. But I don't know about the plant, all that stuff.
But that was easier. It's easier now for people in that same scenario for people to know who you are because they'll just check your socials. You know what I mean? Back then it was more difficult because if you're not from Brooklyn, I don't know you. If you're not from the city, like back in the days, we used to go to Nell's. Do you know about that? We used to go on 14th Street to Nell's. First comic I saw there was Rob Stapleton. And when I tell you I was laid out on the bench, like he was so freaking hilarious to me. So we, if you wasn't from my neighborhood, I wouldn't know who you are. I wouldn't know, and you would be very, very new to me. So, but now the socials, come on now, all you got to do is tell me, like, look, I didn't know about Club Shay. As weird as the name sounds to me, sound like a strip club. But anyway, Club Shay. If we didn't have the internet, I would have never known about it because it was not on my radar.
Let me ask you this. My girl Gina said that Katt shouldn't have spoke about the men's wives. Get a light-skinned girl part of the deal. He's stupid, man. Maybe that's their type. I don't know. What you think? Should he have left the women out of it? Katt take it too far? I'm gonna get to you next, Rich. Kels, what you think? Short answer before we get out of here.
Yes.
Well, that was real short. Rich, as a man, you don't mess with my money or my honey. What's up? Katt take it too far with that?
He might have took it a little too far, man. You know, he probably took it a little too far.
Yeah. Hey, they not comedians. They can't defend themselves. Katt Williams.
Yeah. So, they are one. If they married, they won though, right?
That's true.
Right.
That's true.
But at the end of the day, that's what comics do. If I go to a comedy show and I sit up front, then I know that you're about to gig on my dude, not me, but you're about to gig on my dude. For some reason, you're gonna talk to him to get to something with me. It's just what comedians do. So what is it? Now you gotta play, like I like the fact that he don't play safe at the same time. I don't know what I feel. Because I like the fact that he don't play safe. Mm-hmm. That's what we know comedy to be, right?
Raw.
Right. That's why I say if it's in the vein of comedy, almost.
He's sarcastic. So bring it on. They, like Rich said, they won. So they could say he could say what he wanted to say. They living at home. They with their light-skinned, square-faced self, right? And they comfortable with their boo.
All right, we about to wrap this up. I appreciate everybody for coming through early for this Katt Williams breakdown. I wish I had a little more time. Yolanda says she want to try that bottle too, Kels. I might have to order some of that Shay drink.
That bottle got Katt to talking, so we need to invest.
Right. It loosened them lips. He said 30% stronger and about 20% smoother. Rich, before we go, you want to tell the people a little bit about what you got going on and what's up?
Absolutely. So I have a startup company called Face Off. Face Off is a media entertainment company. We have an event called On the Kit, which is a 3-way versus style drum battle. It's very exciting. It's innovative. It's something new and fresh. I think you guys would enjoy it. We benchmark off of sports. Really, really cool. You can find us on Instagram at It's Face Off, ITSAFACEOFF. I'll put it in the chat. But check that out. We got some really exciting stuff beyond the drums. You know, we're a music competition platform, so we got some stuff coming with other verticals too. So yeah, check us out.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go ahead and show it while we Should have had this up earlier, but and Kels, for your birthday, what you want to say before we get up out of here?
Thanks for the birthday love, guys.
Yeah, what's your cash app? Everybody go ahead and send my girl Kels at least $1, $1.
That's funny.
$1, that's all. At least one. Get at least 100 of y'all send $1. It's what, over 50 right now. So I'll give my girl $1 for her birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Send me a lot of love. Send me a lot of good prayers and love, and that's appreciated.
Yeah, what was your cash app again?
My cash app is for business purposes.
This that business. We gonna get $100 up in here tonight.
Send me best wishes and love.
all right.
All right. That's what's up. See, Rich was already ready to type it in for you too.
I was ready. I was.
You turn down money. I'm trying to help you out, shawty. I'm the pimp up in here. I'm a pimp named Rollback. Okay, Rollback. I try to roll it back, get your ass some money, girl. You ain't listening. Pimp named Rollback.
Hot mess, Shay.
Here go my man. It's a face-off. This is it, right?
Yep, that's it.
Okay.
Check it out if you all are into the music competition. They got the drums, different stuff. It's like, you know, battles for music and may expand it to other forms of entertainment. So definitely, you know, stick with it. And as you see, the Roots ain't the only brothers know how to play the drums. So
I'm done. I like that. Beyond the drums. That's what you said. Beyond the drums.
Beyond the drums, we got some stuff coming. On the Kit is the name of this event, and then you just kind of spoke on the show that we have coming up. But yeah, so check us out. We got some cool stuff coming up.
there you go. Check it on out, y'all. Support each other, make it work. All right, man. Definitely appreciate y'all for coming through. It was a good discussion. Shout out to Jimmy Medina. He said he was having connection issues. Me, so you know, maybe the Illuminati got him. Who knows, man? They got you, Jimmy. You're trying to play the role, play it safe. They say, no, we got you.
He's not trying to do no career suicide.
I know, right? Sorry, man. And Katt Williams wasn't worried about it. What you worried for?
Well, to each his own.
He dropped a nuclear bomb, but he ain't give a damn. But yeah, that's a good one, man. Everybody, thanks for all the great comments. We up out of here. Y'all have a good weekend. Be safe. I will be back Sunday to talk a little bit more about Katt Williams and whatever else happened this week. So who knows who to join? Maybe some of the same folks, maybe some different folks. So y'all come through. Peace.
Peace, y'all.
Later.
Be safe. We out.